How about now? It was not muted, no. It's just how it is. Can you hear me now? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me now. Hear me now, mate? You hear me now? It's good now. Perfect. That's YouTube. It's so finicky right now. I even checked to see if there was a update, even though I just did one yesterday. Okay, YouTube. Remember, this is a piece of wood. As I said earlier, this is a piece of wood. The entirety of this live is for educational purposes only. We do not violate any guidelines. I'm just re-saying all this because I was muted before. And educational purposes only. From this live forward, all the past lives and future lives. We never have anything for sale, just like that sign says there. We also are, we are an adult. We are not a minor. We're way over the age of what you think. So please do not call us a minor like you did to us the other evening. You're an adult here. Educational purposes only, nothing else. All right, what do you say? Good timing tonight. Just got home from my daughter's ball game. There you go. There you go. So we are refinishing this YouTube. This is a piece of wood. It is not a firearm. Plus, what we're working on here is an antique. According to YouTube ATF guidelines, that is not a firearm. It is considered a antique, so it's not a firearm. And this is a piece of wood that we're working on, refinishing a piece of wood. This is our third coat. Hold it up like this now. Again, YouTube, this is a piece of wood. It is not a firearm. And we have a sign over there that says nothing's for sale, but guess what? Nothing ever is. We never disobey guidelines, even though you accuse us of it. This is coat number 3, by the way, folks. Coat number 3. Put on this little stand. I let it sit 24 hours before I refinished it. We cleaned this off with Dawn soap, a little bit of paint cleaner, I think it was, or paint thinner, I forget, and a couple other things. I used, first we used this right here. After we cleaned it real well, we used walnut stain. Wood stain water-based for a rich brown walnut color. After that, we're putting True Oil on. And then, depending on how it looks, we'll buff that. And if not, we'll maybe put a little bit of this on it, stock sheen. We'll see. We shall see. Where's my other... I should have a... Here it is. Here's a blue one right here. Cleaner degreaser. And let's see here. We've got some Perma Blue, which did it evaporate? Well, so much for that. There's no more in there. I'm going to have to buy some more of this. It's all gone. So those little parts I'm going to blue, but the barrel's Damascus, and since I stripped it, the Damascus you can't really see very well anymore. So I need to re-Damascize it, if that makes sense. All I heard was wood. Yeah, what's up? What's up, Rodney? Raccoon, how's it going? So I'm going to have to, for the barrel, I have to do like a process. You purposely make it rust. You clean it off with a card or a double-aught or triple-aught steel wool. And then do that multiple times, and then cleaning in between, and then eventually use some type of other cleaner stuff. I have to get a vat for the barrel to be able to process the barrel, if that makes sense, like a stainless steel vat, or make one to boil it in and all that, which is fine because I'll probably use it later, because I've got like this one. I'm doing a heavier restore on it, as you can tell. I mean, the stock I'm refinishing. The other ones I just left for now. The 10 gauge, I did do a bluing on it, but it didn't come out very well. It was my first one. Oh, I need to refinish a couple more pieces here. This one here. This one's just really dark because it was stained even after cleaning it real well. It was heavily stained. Let's put some more oil on this. And YouTube, this is another piece of wood. This right here is a piece of wood too. Yep, another piece of wood, YouTube. So this is a little darker. It's a little beat up, this piece. But nothing really I can do about the beat up part of it. The checkers aren't really there anymore. They're lightly there, but I stripped it with like a lacquer thinner, and it still has stuff in it. All right, I already put a couple coats on these. These are those hard plastic that they put for the butts on those. Oh, you see butt. And then here's the little scroll. Make that shiny too. It's interesting how this oil, it gets a hard coat to it. It's kind of cool. That over there. Yeah, I was hoping to do some bluing, but I guess I can't. That's totally empty. I had stuff in there, but I guess it leaked out or evaporated or something. It's empty. Where's my hug, Rodney? Like and subscribe. Thank you, David. Appreciate you. Pin that one. Very cool. Hey, what's up, DH? Sorry, I'm looking at it on the opposite side now. I'm on the other side of the camera. It's a Wi-Fi hug. Hi there, sir. Let's see here. You scheduled a payment for your Capital One. Yes, I did. Today. For it to go through tonight or tomorrow night. This right here is the whole receiver thingy. I'll blue this eventually. I cleaned it up pretty good the other day. And I took this apart. I took the slider apart, some of the slide stuff in here to clean it up better. It looks like it used to have a little notch right there or something. These firing pins go way out. That's the funny thing about them. They stick really far out. I thought I fixed both of them, but I might have to fix them a little bit more. Because if you don't have them pushed in right, when you go to crack open the barrel there to push out the shells, the firing pin, if it's empty, if you want to just look in it, sticks out a little bit so it hits on the ejector. But yeah, we need to do a little more prep on that barrel. We cleaned it up real good last night, but you can't really see the Damascus anymore. But I also need to sand it down to like 330 or something like that. 320 is what most people are doing for that barrel. And again, YouTube, this is an antique. This is a hunk of metal. In the ATF's definition, this is a hunk of metal. A hunk of metal. Good old hunk of metal. What's this? Oh, my bank stub. Bank stub. Let's see here. Good old hunk of metal. Here's a couple of stuff that's pretty cool. This right here is pretty neat. If you do, let's see here. See if I got one that's fired already. Yeah, here's a new one that needs loaded. Here's a brass shell that's ready to load up. What's up, Russell? This goes in here like this. Close that. Of course, you want to do it with the primer out. It puts a little bit of pressure on it. Although you would probably do it with the primer. And you slowly put more and more pressure here while you're cranking on this. That way it puts a little round over it. So it holds all the shot card and everything in. I haven't done that to them because, for one, that weakens this and it's harder to reload them later. The other thing is what I do is I just put a shot card over it and hot glue gun in it. And then my shot card says what type of shot it is that I loaded. That's what that thing is. I got that from an antique store. Now this one here puts the primer in. You stick your shell in like that. You set your primer down in and then push on it real hard. Clunk. These are all antique. This one is really old. It's probably from like early 1900s. That one there is probably from the 20s or 30s would be my guess. I don't know. It's in pretty good shape. But it's just for reloading shotgun stuff. I have some modern stuff that does sort of the same stuff. Let's see, the brand of this is BG ICO 10. which makes you think it's a 10 gauge, but it could be, I guess. I didn't think it was, though, because if it's a 12, no problem in there. I don't think a 10 would fit in there. Anyway, it's pretty cool. I don't know if it has another actual brand, or maybe that is the brand. It's a number 8. BG ICO 10. You'd think it'd say 12. Antique store special. It's pretty cool. But this is what this will fire. Like, these will insert in this. It's a little gritty because I was messing with it. They insert there. Pretty neat. Did I have a good day? Yes, I did. I did. I had one little scare, sort of. The property manager I worked for noticed that I worked on a couple things she didn't have on the work order. And normally I affirm those and say, hey, I found this and this that does need attention. Can I go ahead and take care of it? This last time I didn't. And so she was looking through it and said, hey, next time, please do not do that. I only want what's done on the work order. I said, okay, you were right. Usually I go over it and get permission. I didn't, and I'm sorry about that. So from this time forward, I'll keep doing that. You know, if I see something that I think needs attention, like there was a gate, you know, not even latching and you couldn't even use it. There was a security screen door that was falling off the wall. There was some doorknobs that were all loose and coming out. I want to fix them because the next person's going to rip it out and there'll be more damages. I just need to affirm that I can do it. Because she's like, if my tenant sees it needs done, they'll let me know. So the one though I did, I said, hey, the sliding door closets, I did put those up. I said, I don't know why they're off. She's like, oh, that was the carpet guys. They put carpet in and took off the doors and broke them. Like the little rollers. So that was the carpet guys. She knows about that one. Anyway, I have went through 1. That one has a little bit of life in it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 of these little wheelie things for cleaning off this steel. Now, 3 of these I probably can get a little bit more out of. These 3 here, especially that one. Now this one's got a problem. The little rod's like a 3/16 instead of an 1/8, so can't really use that one. But I get a big old baggie of them from Amazon. They're probably cheaper. They say they can go 12,000 RPM. I think it's more. I think it's less than that, and then we have almost a full one here, because this thing goes. This one goes 5,000 to 37,000. Oh, that makes sense why they're falling apart some. I'm going too fast. I'll have to make it down to 4 so I'm not burning those things up so much. That's probably why. It's burning them up. Going to blue finish the metal parts. Yes, we're going to blue finish all these parts and the receiver, and then the barrel we're going to try to make it Damascus again. It takes like between 5 and 10 steps if you do it the one way. If you do it another way, like you do a knife blade, it's a little bit faster. I'm not sure which way I'm going to do. We'll see. Hear that little thing that need fixing or a big deal? Seems like a little micromanagement. Possibly, Russell. So she might ask me, how much longer did it take you to fix that? And I'll say, okay, I already figured it out. About an hour or more. Okay, so my hourly rate, I'll just say, hey, if you don't want to pay it, just take off an hour of labor. She paid me, but she's like, hey, just don't do that again. Because I have the work order and I know what I told you to do. And unless the customer, when they go in there, the tenant will tell me if something's broke or not. For me, I've had customers when I've repaired stuff that they didn't see. They're thanking me because they're like, hey, if I would have left it, like one time it was a toilet ring that was leaking, that I was there to fix some other stuff around the toilet. I forget what it was. And they're like, thank you for taking care of it, because if you didn't, it would have leaked out, ruined my baseboard and drywall, and I'd have to be paying thousands of dollars. I know, exactly. So for her, though, since it's not her property, she's managing it, and she knows how much money she allots to fix stuff each month. I can see that. So that's why I'm like, okay, in the past I did get permission beforehand. This time I didn't. And what's weird is I was like, I probably should. Then I was like, no, it should be fine. And then it backfired on me. So I said, okay, I'll do what I've done before. I'll walk through and then come back and say, hey, I found these two as well. Do you want me to fix them or you just want me to leave them? And then she can decide from there, and then I'll go ahead and repair whatever's, if there is any extra. Anywho. But yeah, we're going to make these blued, except we're out of bluing. And I need to sand these a little bit more. I don't know what grit these are. Wood polish and derusting. That's what we did. 400 black. So these are 400. But what I'm going to be using on the barrel, they go all the way up to 320. Well, that's even less. But at least with the hand stroke on it, it'll make it so that they're more uniform with like a straight scratches on the barrel. I don't know if I'll make these any bit more. There's a few pitting on it. Like right there is a little bit of pitting. A couple on the up here on the guard there. I could maybe do a little more cleaning up here, but the bluing's going to hide a lot of that. We did a pretty good job, I think. Sorry, the thing's switching back and forth. And then this one we got pretty good and cleaned up here. It's going to be pretty cool. This right here goes in that other piece of wood. This is to release the forearm. I took it all apart. Took this out, the spring and that screw. That thingy doesn't come out unless you punch it out with that little thing there. So we didn't do that. We cleaned these up real good. The triggers. Well, not the triggers, the hammers. The backside, not as much. But sorry, it's switching back and forth from camera to camera. I do not like how this phone, it's jerky versus my other one didn't do that. Let's see here. She probably gets a bonus for not spending money. Maybe, who knows? Exactly, Russell. I'm being sarcastic, by the way. What's up, Empty Chamber? Dad's old side-by-side 12 gauge, but the barrels are shot out, and from my understanding, I can't replace them. Oh, I've been lied to all of these years. It's a 187 something. Or an 1870 something? Is that what you mean? An 1870s. So, I've been, like, these barrels actually aren't that bad inside. I think my worst one, I'm not sure. Mine are all decent. What happens is people leave a shell in there, which in the old days would have been a paper shell or an old brass one like this, and they leave them in there and put the barrel up behind a door or mantle or whatever, and moisture, especially when they're upright, goes down the barrel and gets caught around this, and then these rust or corrode around the barrel inside. That one right there is about a 1885 to 1897, somewhere around there. It's one of my older ones. I think it could be my oldest double barrel I have, just because the way it's made on the back end here just seems a little older. Something about it just seems a little bit older. It's Damascus, and it's a fancier Damascus. It's not twisted Damascus. It's like quilted Damascus. Now, when I cleaned it off, you can't hardly see it anymore, so I have to put that back on. Now, my other ones, I have, let's see here. Let me get you off the stand. My other ones, YouTube, nothing's for sale, just like that sign says there. And that one behind me, too. Nothing's for sale, okay? Let's see, this one right here is twisted Damascus. You can see that it's slowly spiraling. This one right here is called laminated, if I recall. This one I think's twisted Damascus. You can lightly see the twists. I'm not going to refinish that one, though, other than like maybe the stock or something. Because that one's made in England. That one's probably worth the most of all of them. This one I did a light restore on cleaning up a little bit on this and made the triggers work. Those are off of, these two bunny ears are off of another firearm. It was missing them when I got it. But that one I paid the least amount for. I paid $100, $120 for that thing, but it was missing the bunny ears, cheeseburgers. This one's regular Damascus. I don't know what type. Let me look at it. It's twisted. That's twisted Damascus. This one is not, I don't think, or no, that's twisted Damascus too. You can barely see them. Really tight twist. This is actually the same brand as the one I'm working on the counter. My finger's about 8 inches away, YouTube, okay? I'm not touching anything. That's the same brand as the one on the counter, but this one's a lot newer. Like that one's the latest year you can get of an antique, 1888. Has rust in the barrels. Can it bulge the barrel? If it was a big obstruction, yes, this is a 1870 something side by side. Haven't had it out like 35 years other than to oil the maple and re-oil it because I don't think it would be anything other than an ornament. Basement bar. Yep. And then these other ones, that's more modern. That's from the 50s, and this one in there is from 1960, a 10 gauge. And then I have another one down here that I've been working on slowly too. This one's actually ready, put together mostly. In there, I need to weld a nut to one of the side plates because it's stripped out, so I got to weld a nut. This one's interesting. The barrel and that receiver is from one firearm and the forearm. The butt's from another one. The side plates are from another one. And that trigger guard, maybe the triggers too, is from another one. It's like 4 different pew-pews. That one's called an Eclipse, and that one's called compressed steel. What's pretty cool about it, it actually has gold inlay on it, I found. There's some little grooves up by the front here that has really light gold color on it on the opposite side that's facing the floor. That's kind of cool. But that one's called compressed steel. It's unique. This one, I don't know if I'll end up refinishing it. Probably just the stock and the forearm. Just do a light restoration, leave it a little bit distressed, and then re-oil it. Kind of like what I'm doing to this one. I do need to do a little bit of repairs here. Someone did some little nails, but they didn't really glue it. They also had a wood piece of brass or something, or copper from here to here, and then they tacked it on, but I don't see any cracks. There's no cracks in the wood there, so I don't know why they put it on. I have to get it out and email you. This might be... Yeah, empty chamber. My email address is in the, what do you call it? The description. Desert Armory and More at gmail.com. But as in barrels, that barrel was with that receiver. This barrel was that receiver. Let's see. One of these did not belong. It's this one. That barrel, is it this one? One of these barrels did not belong with the receiver, and I made it fit. And it's actually this one. This barrel does not belong on that. Is that what it was? I can't remember. One of these barrels did not belong with it. I got it separate. This one's called Genuine Damascus choke board, and it's the quilted. You can barely see it up on top. Right in there, you can barely see the quilted. I don't know if you can see it there. See the little teeny lines right up against the rail. You can barely see it. Right in there, those little curly cues. Not on the top here, but like in that teeny groove. I've been watching Cletus videos. Did you see him go with the guys from Arizona and go inverted a helicopter? That was cool. I do watch Cletus McFarland. I've been following his cheap car challenges he does, and the boat one when it's reblued. Well, this is actually, it's not going to get blued. This, I don't think they normally blue Damascus. I have to put it through like a rust process, take off the rust when I bake it in like boiling water, do it again, make it rust, take off that again. You have to do that like 4 times, and then you have to use like some other chemical to clean it off. That's one way. The other way is how you dip a knife with acid etching it. You use 2 different acids, and then instant coffee, and then a type of oil. So there's like 2 ways. At the center of the rail. That piece there in the center, I'm not sure if we'll blue that, or I suppose. I don't know how we're going to do that with those little squigglies. That's just for texture. It's got a little brass bead on the front there. One of these is missing it. This one here is missing the brass bead, which I have a little baggie full of them somewhere, and it might fit. I actually got them for something else. I have a 410 shotgun. I think it's inside this safe, a little 410 shotgun. And it was missing the bead too, but it was too big of threads for all the little ones I got. He was in a minor boat accident 2 days ago. Yeah, one of his he wasn't, one of his employees. They were doing that boat challenge part 2, and they got in a wreck. Busted his face up, I guess. Yeah, this stock is coming out pretty good. The main stock, I think, especially because we got a. I mean, that's coming out pretty good. It's looking pretty. It's got some of the distress marks on it still, and it slowly gets darker up towards the top because of oil from the trigger sets as well as your hand. But I still need to gap this apart, put some wood glue in it, and then clamp it down. Maybe pin nail it instead of using these Team Finish nails. I'll probably leave those ones in just to make it look okay. But this side they got pulled out or something, and it's got a crack. You can see a little crack right there. I need to put glue in there and clamp it. But coming out pretty good. I like the color. I think it's a mahogany. At least it looks like it. The wood pattern, or no, it's a walnut. Never mind. Probably a walnut pattern. Anyway, it's gonna look pretty cool. What else we got going in here? I decided I'd work on this the other night in the evening. Since I was doing lives during the day, I was doing this in the evening. Let's see here. I'll probably do the same thing with that stock down there. Take all the metal off, and that one's got a metal butt plate instead of that other hard plastic. But yeah, I'll probably do a light resto on the wood on that one. Okay, so we got 56% says they do have weekend plans. 44 says no. Got any, what are those plans? Currently putting together a plastic lawn tool shed and some storage for the son-in-law's stuff that's in my hidden storage area under the stairs so I can finally get to it and send you pics. Oh, okay, so it's underneath the hidden stairs storage. Cool. Sorry. This 10 gauge we'll probably do a stock restoration on eventually. I need to work on that one a little more. I've just been putting these off so much that I finally need to get to them. So do a little bit at a time. Used to do Western reenactments with it in the 80s. Your dad did? That's cool. Like I have the double barrel 10 gauge. I did a reballoon on that, which it used to be case hardened. The receiver part, like that piece there, as well as the trigger sets. So it did not take properly. The barrel was my first time. It did okay. There's some areas that could have been nicer, but I thought, well, not too bad for my first time. It's a little dusty right now. It has some splotches. I tried to not touch it afterwards. You don't get your skin oils on it. That's one thing they really say about bluing. No skin contacts, you don't get skin oils. But then the boss, when they did a restoration of a 3030, he had his hands all over it. So it was a different type of bluing, maybe. I put in the comments, hey, isn't that going to ruin it? You can get fingerprints on it. Because someone got fingerprints on a 300 Savage I have in there. Model 99 lever. You can lightly see fingerprints where someone reblued it on that one. I have model 1863 Springfield Type 2 58 caliber musket that was bored out for shotgun use. Stock's nice, has all the original bands and single flip sight with a rare, which is rare. Nice. Shot crazy amounts of blanks through it somewhere in Arizona, kind of by Kingman. I was going to say if it was by Benson, I would say Mescal. They have reenactments over there. That's where they filmed Tombstone, the film. It's not that far from me. It's like 40 minutes. Mescal movie set. Oh, that's pretty cool. A Springfield Type 2 58 caliber. So I don't empty chamber. I don't think you saw what I did the other day, unless you've been looking at my lives. I don't think so. So I have this right here, right there, is a 5.77 Schneider. And I just made some rounds for that. So we're able to fire that here. I made some the other day. You take a 24 gauge brass shotgun shell, and you have to heat it up, cut the case to the right size, and all the good stuff. I'm bringing this up because it shoots a 58 caliber right there. It's a 58 mini, and it fits in there no problem. The dies work perfect. That thing slides in there just perfect. So that thing's pretty big. It's a 5.77 Snyder. And they have a couple little wrinkles from when I was shaping it, but that'll go out once you fire it once. Again, this is a 24 gauge brass. You got to cut it to the right height. Plus, once you anneal it and shape it, it extends it out. So you got to remember that. One of them I didn't remember that, and it got too long. It barely fits in there. This was in the 80s, so only him and God knows now. Yeah, I guess. But yeah, that's a 58 caliber 5.77 Schneider. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I think my little single shot 10 gauge. Sorry, not 10 gauge. 410 is in there. I had it in my car for a while because I did some. I had it in there from when I was doing. Just in case I came across quail one of the times I was hunting, because the quail was still able to be shot. I brought it over to my mom's house because she was saying, "Oh, you can take care of some of my quails." Have you ever seen the video of the guy shooting a Ruger 1022 with an FRT? What's up, Roscoe? You restored my first gun when you were 13. Awesome. Have I ever seen that one? I've seen a few videos of people shooting them. It's been a little while. Someone sent me a link where to get the parts for it to make it go do that. And I have two 1022s. One's a plastic stock. That's the one I'd put it on. I would not put it on the 75th anniversary walnut stock with stainless. That one I would leave by itself. So that's awesome. What type of pew pew was it, Roscoe? What gun bluing? I have only blued one barrel in parts, so I'm still getting used to it. I was using birchwood, but I was gonna possibly do some bluing tonight, but it's gone. There's nothing in it. I didn't realize them all. So sounds cool, like a bzzzt. Yep. But yeah, I think it's birchwood. What's up, Bulldog? How's it going, buddy? So that's what I'm going to use, something similar to that, because the rest of my stuff is birchwood for the receiver. Except I might see if I can case harden it. We'll see if I can figure out that, make it even fancier, because it's the Damascus barrel. I got to work on that to make it so you can see the Damascus pop again. And it's not twisted Damascus. It's like quilted Damascus, where it's squiggly and quilted. So it's a higher end. So I want to try to restore that, make it look cool. And then go through the steps of doing that, which is not bluing. It's something else. Use birchwood gel. The gel works better. Oh, well, I'm going to have to look that up. Case hardened is the best look. So I have a 10 gauge that used to be case hardened. I don't know if you were in here when I mentioned that. And so that's the only one I've blued so far. And I noticed certain patches weren't bluing right on the receiver, because the receivers and trigger sets on the bunny ear 10 gauge over there on the right there, that one there. The receiver and where those bunny ears hook up to it, the trigger sets for the bunny ear hookup, it wasn't bluing right. And I'm like, this thing must have been case hardened. It's not working right. But used my first one I ever did. That one's pretty rough shape. I haven't fired it yet because there's a screw that I need to. Did I get it out? I think I finally got it out, so I have to find another screw for it. And then there's another piece in there that the lockup needs welded on it and then filed smooth. It's what it is. It's part of the lockup as well as the ejection. The ejection, there's a screw that needs help that holds it in place. And then the lockup, the piece that slides back and forth so that when you tilt the barrel up, there's something in there with the lockup that's a little loose yet too that I need to do a little bit of welding on and then file it smooth to the right tolerances so it's tight. It's all in the preparation. Possibly, but yeah, I need to do some YouTube videos. I did for the, not possibly, you're right. For the Damascus barrel, I looked at some last night, how to do steps. There's two ways. You can do it the way you do for a knife to make the Damascus pop, or a longer extensive that can take up to 12 to 15 batches of doing it, which is time consuming. I don't have everything for it. Well, I would need a vat anyways for doing the barrel, which I've been wanting to get anyways. One of those vats that you heat up and dump the barrel in. But then case harden I haven't looked up yet. So I might do case harden on the receiver if I know how to do that. I did do a follow-up of me dismantling this the other day on a short, what I was doing. I haven't done anything yet since. The stock I did. The stock is let's see, the stock I have, let's see here. The stock is from this receiver, if I recall, but this barrel is from another firearm, and I made it work. I had to fit it a little bit different, do some grinding, do some repair work, and we got it to fit in there pretty nice and tight. Or did that barrel? No, that barrel came with that one. No, that barrel came with that one. It was the forearm. The forearm didn't fit right. And it's the one I found was for, there's a company called Crescent that makes like 4 or 5 different firearms. They make American something firearms, which is that one. They make a couple others. And then there's one that's just specifically called Crescent. So this was for a Crescent, if I recall, barrel. The forearm I got. And so I had to do a little bit of work on it. Got it to fit. On the barrel, on the catch, I had to work it. And then the action was loose, so I made the action tight on that barrel. I had to do a little bit of welding on it and got it tight. See, there's another one that was really loose, and we did a lot of work on that one. It's up on the shelf. The rabbit ears they were super loose. I fixed them, but now they have a little space between the firing pins and the rabbit ears, so I got to heat them up and bend them. I did a decent amount of videos working on that one and that other one, welding the barrel on it, different things on the barrel. But the stock is up here. I have 3 coats on it so far, and in between them, I use some steel wool. That's the 3rd coat, and it's getting a sheen on it, as you can tell. So it's pretty cool. And then there's the forearm. It's a little darker, even after cleaning it real good with cleaners. That's the little knobby thing that goes there on the little fawn foot or whatever, and that's the butt plate. Those are those hard plastics. That thing's a little beat up, but it's the only one I could find that'll fit within reason. I had to work that little latch right there a little bit to make it work, but within reason. And then I had to do some welding on this little thing there, welding on that one, do some reshaping there, reshape this a little bit and weld on it, so that way it locks up in here tight, because it was loose on the receiver here. It's got a couple little funny things on it. Got that right there. Looking good. I use tung oil. That is a good one too. What they gave me is this stuff called True Oil. The Barkeep works good on shower floors. Yeah, I've used that for cleaning different metals, honestly. I forget what else I used it. It works pretty good because it has a little grit in it. So it almost looks like it works like a, what do you call it? Abrasive a little bit. This is what I was using. True Oil Gun Stock Finish. I got one of these 4-piece, or no, it's a 6-piece, where you get stock conditioner, True Oil, and walnut stain, and then you get the clean degreaser, the Perma Blue, which I'm out of, and there's one other little one, blue and rust remover. That right there. What's up, Boondocks? Oh, you use that one too? Hey, it's interesting. It's a little sticky. Like if you get some on your fingers, which I did, using the little spread rags it came with. But then it hardens, so it's pretty cool. That's the first time I ever tried it. I did use this before on some of my firearms, those lever actions over there. I put some on a few of those just to give them a little bit of protection. Now that one's been refinished. This one they believe it was too. That one's totally original, which I'm going to keep original. Which, that's an antique. It's from 1895. So that's from early 1900s. That one is too. That is a 44 Magnum. That one's from 70-something. So Birchwood products are great. I use Formby's. Let's screenshot that one. I'll have to look that one up. There was another brand that I was looking at that's obsolete on Midway, but other places have it, for finishing the Damascus barrel to make the Damascus pop again. The quilted look. It's quilted instead of twisted, so it's going to look really cool. So that was a higher end barrel instead of being just twisted Damascus. What's up, Waits? Try the blue gel with rubber gloves. It covers great. I screenshot the other one as long as I remember that to get the that way it's not dripping everywhere. I've noticed that when I was doing the other one, you had to watch it. You don't get runs and everything. Gel would definitely work better. So I'll do that for the parts. When I do all the parts, you could etch it again. Yes, we're planning on re-etching the barrel. It takes multiple steps. There's a special type of stuff that um, some are more natural stuff, like a chemical, baking soda, um, believe it or not, instant coffee, and then some type of oil. I think it was tung oil. That's for knives, though, but it should work on that. But for barrels, they normally do this other stuff that Midway's out of, but some other people have. What's up, Pachu? Um, it makes it rust on purpose, and you steam it, and then put it in a vat of boiling water for about 2 to 3 minutes. Take it out, card off the soot-looking stuff, and you do that about 5 to 10 times. Some people do it more. Depends on how well it's shining through after that. And then you put some other finish on top of it. I forget what it is, just to make it pop even more. Vinegar and baking soda. Okay. That would make it like sizzle. And that's kind of what this other chemical does with the baking soda. It creates a chemical reaction, just like you're saying with the vinegar. And then that's what they said they do for knives that are Damascus. And then they stick it in, they rinse it off with water real quick, and then they stick it in instant coffee, which makes it pop even more. And then you do some type of oil on it. It's been a minute? Yeah, I know, Pachu. That's how it is. YouTube don't push our content. Yeah, instant coffee. Yep. Russ Browning. I have a double barrel 45 rifle. My grandfather's. I want to do that. Yes. I guess that's what you'd call it. Rust Browning. Yes, correct. You specifically want it to rust. A double barrel 45 rifle. That is unique. Not that just busy with life. Well, that too probably. But I'm sure if YouTube pushed it, you would see me off and on more. They used to push my content, like when you first came in. Months and months ago. So, like, if it's not popping up, you won't be like, oh, drums this, drums that. Ferric chloride will etch it too, but be careful. I have some stuff that's unique. Let's see here. I use it for cleaning parts in my Sonic cleaner, which you can do bluing with it too. I have sodium hydroxide, and I have, what's this other stuff? It's halfway open in the box here. What's this other one? Whoops, some of the little granules are chipping out. This other stuff is not very good either. This stuff is called, what's it called? Potassium nitrate. Potassium nitrate and sodium hydroxide. I put that together for cleaning stuff. That rifle is half lock percussion, the rotating breech, over under flip the barrel for your second shot. Boondocks, that is worth some money. I have seen those. Is that like Patient and Antique? Patience? What do you mean? Maybe by Numerex Arms of Connect. The kit back in the 70s, about 2,000 exist. Yep. Never used that one. I'll look that one up. Oh, sodium hydroxide and potassium nitrate. I put those together. See, that's another way you can blue stuff too. There's a guy that restores a lot of firearms online. He's like Russian or Ukrainian maybe. And for his bluing parts, he'll put that stuff in hot water, dissolve them, and it'll make it that dark blue color, like almost like not super shiny, more of a satin sheen, not quite as shiny as like Colt's blue dark, but it'll get almost that color with those two chemicals in boiling water, and then you do certain processes. I forget the company. I haven't got any notifications from them in a while. Patina, don't know how to spell. Oh, patina, there you go. What do you want, Canilla? Isn't that the recipe for hot nitrate bluing? Correct. Yes, that is a recipe for hot, which is better because it lasts longer. It just takes a lot more work. But I need to get a vat anyways, one of those stainless steel vats you stick on like burners or over an open flame. I've been needing to get one, and I'll need it for this barrel when I use that other process for making the it's not bluing, it's making the what you call it, pop, the Damascus. But yeah, you are correct. That is the hot nitrate bluing. Oh, Canilla, what you doing, girl? What you doing? Huh? Oh, now she wanted to come in. She wants some love. There's Canilla. There she is. Why is it translating that? That's weird. Yep, there we go. Yep, good old Canilla. Yep. Nilla, do you need to go to the dentist? Your breath stinks. You eating trash again? Actually, I know you were. I had one bag and I turned my back and she was over there trying to dig it out, dig through it. Oh, Canilla. Good girl. Good girl. But yeah, I tried those two together. There's two chemicals together in my for cleaning parts, and it didn't really blue them, so I probably didn't have the ratio right. Need to brush her teeth, I know, right? She's old. I bet you she has a couple teeth that are loose, the little ones. The big ones, the little ones look a little crooked and loose, but I don't know about the big ones, the tips are off a little bit. Adorable Dougie. That's Canella. She's old. She's like, what are you, Canella? Like 14, 15, something like that? Yeah. Yes. Because you were about 6 when I got you, I guess. And I've had her since 2019, 7 years, so whatever that equals. Huh, you were about 5 or 6 when I got you. You look a little bit older, but not much. Because you were still heavy like this, and you had gray around your mouth then. Maybe a little less. Okay, Nana. Good girl. She gets around real good. She won't like full out tilt run. It'll be more like a trot. She moves around pretty good. I need to get her some more of those little glucose, little hip pill thingies. Not pills. It's more like little doggy treats with glucose stuff in it for hips and stuff and joints. But she's been a lot better here since it's more of a dry heat than more humidity in Cali than when I'm here. She does better here in Arizona for joints. I can tell she gets around better. Huh, Canilla? Huh? Who that? Who that, Nilla? Is that you? Who that? She's not paying attention. No. Is a good doggy. Yep, she's a good doggy. Anyways, I did do a live this afternoon for about, what, an hour and 50 minutes maybe? Like, subscribe. What's up, 44? Thanks, bud. Appreciate you. We'll pin that one. We'll replace the pin. How are you, my friend? Oh, the doggy. What do you want, Canilla? What do you want? Attention. Lick your face off? Yeah, I know you were trying to do that. Oh, good girl. Yes. Oh, good buddy. That's good. Meep, 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 meep. I thought maybe you left. It was so quiet in here.
I'm always quiet.
Oh, really now?
Fuck yeah!
Sorry, guys. That was my roommate.
That was you, girl.
No, he said that was me that said that. What? Yeah, Mr. Carbine, we've been working on slowly been doing work on this thingy. Last night we let's see, we cleaned that part there, which is the forearm remover. We cleaned the barrel up. We got to do a little more work on that, more uniform cleaning. We cleaned off the wood part, so that has the stock there has its third coat on it of True Oil, and so does the forearm. In between coats, we've been using, what is this, triple? I think this is triple aught steel wool. So, yeah, sorry guys. That was my roommate. Yeah. Of course, we'll dismantle this whole thing when we go to glue it. That way this is separate from everything else. It's pretty easy to undo. These things, though, I need to get a special screwdriver for them. They've got like, see those thingies right there? They need like a special screwdriver that's like a U shape. That's the easiest way. I guess I could get a wide one and then make my own. No way, there's your roommate. Need to soap his mouth out. It was my roommate. It was Duran. Duran. Yes, sir. Well, one of these days, we need to put this thingy inside the TX22, make it go brr brr. Use True Will on his mouthwash. That'll go down funny. There's some right here. So what you guys got planned for the weekend? Hopies 9. I don't have any Hopies 9. We ran out a little while ago. I've been using some other stuff, which I thought I bought some more, but I don't know where it is. Might be in my car, or maybe this bag of stuff I got out of the car the other day. Here's some quadruple aught steel wool. Let's see here. Here's some gun cleaner. Some shotgun gun cleaner. It was rolling around the back of my car trunk, so it's a little beat up. That's pretty full, that one. It's for shotgun specifically. But I use it for other stuff too. Because we got a whole bunch of, we got these cleaning stuff the other day at Walmart. And then we bought some at the Pawn and Gun, a whole bunch of them when we got our gunpowder and other loading stuff. What's up, AT? Street meetings on Saturday again? Nice. Got to take my daughter fishing for the first time in a year this Saturday, hoping for trout. There you go. Awesome. AT, hello. Yes, sir. What else we got in here? We got an old scope. A couple kits here. This is a Wheeler Torque screwdriver. Got a couple other stuff in there. A Phillips, a Torque T25 and a T20, I think. Those are very helpful for putting sights on and scopes. They're kind of pricey. I got that one from Walmart, actually. Or was it this one? I think it was that one. And then I have a little screwdriver set as well. This one I got from Cal Ranch, I think. It's a Wheeler as well. They work pretty good. What else we got in this bag? A couple of holsters. Some of the stuff I got out of my storage unit. My ear pearl muffs. Here's the holster for my 2011. I haven't really used it though. It's outside the waistband. We the People. I haven't used it much. It doesn't fit the greatest in it because this is made for like a staccato or something. Some other 2011. It says it's supposed to fit the other stuff. David says, I'm working until the weather comes in, then I'll be fishing, getting my boat ready to go for the fishing season, then probably clean up my shop. Nice. Grandson's baseball game Saturday. Awesome. I need to get some fishing stuff. I was planning on getting my aunts, but unfortunately, someone else took it and they weren't supposed to. And my uncle's pretty ticked off at that. Jerome, have you ever seen Bryce Crawford, the young street minister guy? Probably. If it's the one I'm thinking of, I'm subscribed to him. He goes to a lot of colleges and regular street preaching too. Here's one for my Walther P320. That's a holster, YouTube. It is not a firearm. It's a holster. For my P22. Works pretty good. Someone was throwing this scope away, and I don't know if it works or not. I drag it out of the trash. That's a scope, YouTube. It's a scope for a Ruger pellet gun, I think, or 22. I don't know if it works or not. And it says it was nitrogen gas ported. Let's see, you got a couple empty. Oh, no, those are full. Those are full. 330 at Lapua's. Puffy hair, lots of tattoos. Oh no, this is a different guy. This is clean looking dude. I didn't realize I had some 338 sitting here that were loaded. Must have popped out of this. There's a box here. I didn't realize one of these were loaded. Here's a couple empty boxes of them. But I guess it had some in it. We got 3. Is there any more sitting in the box? I thought I just heard some rattling. There's gotta be more in there. Got some Splat targets, off-brand and regular brand. Why is there only 3? We got 3 of them. I guess I found another. I did find some more the other day. Here's some more. I got 4 more here. We could put them in a box. It's just, there it is, the other card. These thingies. What's the guy's name that does Off the Curb Ministry? That might be the one I'm thinking of. He's a white guy. He's a clean looking, like clean shaven. Let's see if I can get this thing together. I'm trying to remember how this thing stacks in there. They use this, I guess, for multiple calibers? Because it looks like they have another platform in there. I'm not sure. Oh, no, they go like that. Never mind. Never mind. Scratch that. All right, I just got to slide these in there the right way. These little cards that hold everything in. If I put 1 or 2 in there, it should hold them together. 1 on each side. There we go. Slide it back. Stick this one in there. All right, hold that. This thing's not in the greatest of shape. There you go. These are the 338 Lapua. So I was at the pawn shop this afternoon after work, right before they closed. They have a Remington M77 that someone brought in with other, like 5 or 6 other firearms that they were going to sell to them, allegedly. By the way, they had 3 Ruger single 6s. One of them is a 50th anniversary with the 22 Magnum reel, which someone was asking if it came with it. I didn't think it does. It does. It has the 22 Magnum cylinder as well. Bowlings, Nick Bowlings, that might be it. He's a British accent too. I have not listened to him in a while. This guy does not have a British accent, the one I'm thinking of. Here we go. Got 8 in that one. Put that with my 338 Lapua stash. See if I got any loose ones sitting up on top here that I can fill up the other 2 slots. I don't think I do. All right, okay. Yeah, this guy I don't think does have an accent like you're talking about. And that box is all falling apart, so we'll just probably trash that one. M77 7mm 8. There you go. This one is a 300 Magnum Win Mag. Very good shape. And then they had an over-under that was 20 gauge lower, 223 on top. It's a Savage Model 24V. Then they had a 44 Magnum carbine Ruger semi-auto. Those are kind of hard to find. I could have got one at Swamp Meet years ago for $620. Now it's worth $1,200. Guy who goes to all the gay pride parades and whatnot. That's it, Rodney. That's the one I'm thinking of. Jerome, if you ever spot a Ruger Old Armory Percussion 44 in your travels, I'll pay a finder's fee. That would be considered an antique. But M77 decades ago and 22 250, I should have kept it. Yep. Yeah, I suppose. 22 250? That's Nicholas Bowlings. Okay, so that's the same guy. That's the one I'm thinking of. Yep, he goes to those gay prides and some other stuff. It's watching Cletus upgrade his wife's Tahoe. I've seen a few of those. Was it a recent video? I didn't think he had a recent one of that. Let you guys down here. Oh. Here we go. My hands are getting a little dirty messing with this brass and whatnot. Chicka chicka wah wah. You know who else did that? With their Suburban. Or is it an Escalade? I forget. Legit streetcars. He did it with his wife's too. He's crazy fun though. Yeah, I watched Cletus. I started watching Cletus a little bit more again. There was a while I didn't. I like his lives. I mean, his videos because he does funny stuff, but he's still serious, and he's not like mean funny, like Whistling Diesel. Whistling Diesel, I do watch some of his, but his is kind of like unsafe, dumb, and meanish sometimes. But he's dialed that back some a little bit too. Maybe because he's under scrutiny by his lawsuits right now. Could be. Most of his are okay. I listened to his few. He had that wooden car challenge. That was cool. Whistling Diesel. I think he did a part 1, 2, and maybe a part 3 as well. He gets millions and millions of views, like crazy, crazy views. Tavares, I used to watch his all the time. I don't. I started watching some of his again. Each one of his usually get 1 million views. Yeah, Whistling Diesel does crazy stuff. Like, dangerous crazy stuff. Like putting a jet engine on a merry-go-round and letting the thing fall apart. Looking him up, his name is Joe Kirby. Who's the Joe Kirby? Which one? Joe Kirby, not Joe Mama. I just screenshot that one too. But hopefully this weekend I'll be doing repelling into some mines with 3 or 4 other people, maybe 5 of us total. And one of these days that I'm either off, which is rare, or a weekend, I need to shoot those 3 firearms. The 5.77 Schneider, which I might set up on a stand and strap it, because I've never fired it before. Off the Kurt Mysteries. Okay. And then the there's a Zastava M70 32 ACP and my Slimline 740 Taurus. We'll see. But yeah, the old 5.77 Schneider, I'm probably going to strap it for the first 2 shots, maybe 3 shots. We'll see. We'll have it on video. Which, speaking of which, I need to charge my batteries up for my GoPro. Need to go through that. All my climbing gear. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow's live. Sort through my gear, getting ready for the next morning. We'll see. Possibly. Because I need to get that ready. I need to get it ready for Saturdays. Like I did the other day when I sorted through everything. Did that on live. I have something coming tomorrow. A foot ascender. It's a mid-grade, cheaper one. I want another one that's about $80. It was on sale for $65 or $66, and I should have bought it then. The foot ascender for climbing. But I didn't. And so then there's another brand that's more of an upper mid-grade that I have other equipment of. I might get that one. I think the one is called CT, Climbing Technologies. That one a lot of tree trimmers use, as well as Notch. He follows the Bible. Which one? Joe Kirby? I'll have to look him up. Screenshot that one too. Maybe I already did. Probably. But yeah, I really like, what'd you say his name was Nick, right? Where's that at? Nick Bowling, yeah. I think he does too. You know, some people aren't into some of the stuff he does because they think, oh, it's not really for today. I don't think he goes overboard. Like, there was a lady that was possessed, that was literally mumbling and saying weird stuff. And by the power of Jesus Christ, praise God, he prayed for her, and the evil spirit left. Like, there was a visible change. They like muttered some weird thing and cried out or something like that, and then it left. And it was saying some of the same stuff that the man from the Gadarenes, or whatever his name was, he was from that certain area across in the Bible times that had a possessed. They said, send us into the pigs or something like that. This same evil spirit said the same thing, if I recall. Send us to the pigs, or don't send us to the pig, or something about pigs. And I was like, wow. And sure enough, he brought it up. Did you hear that? It's something about saying the same thing it did in the Bible times, you know? A lot of people don't. First they sound good, then get to talking to them, and they're off the rails. Yeah, exactly. But like that stuff, some people might be like, oh, that's fake. That was fake. And that was all made up. And they're just, And I personally know people that would be like, oh, we don't do that today. That's just like, we don't do that. And it's like, well, what did the early church believers do? Paul laid on people's hands, laid his hands on people, prayed for them. The one guy, it was kind of funny. He went to do that and pray for someone, and the evil spirit's like, I know Paul, I know this guy, I know Christ, I know this guy. I don't know you. That's what the evil spirit said. It was interesting. That was Bible times, but what's up, Baker? Baker gang. We just did, we're refinishing a double barrel shotgun on the table. We did a little bit of work on the live, refinishing a stock, and just kind of going over the parts, what I plan on doing with them. Showed the guys my big old 5.77 Schneider bullet. Plans for the weekend, what we're planning on doing. Canella was in here, my one dog, for a little bit. Everybody said hi to her, my German Shepherd. We're talking about a couple street preacher guys that we watch on YouTube and stuff. Never stop working, do you? I know, right? Sun up to sundown. Well, what else do I do in the evenings, right? Like the last 2 evenings, I didn't do a live because I had lives almost all day yesterday, like 3 or 4 of them. I had one of them was 4 hours long, almost 3.5. And then the day before, I did a couple lives in the evening too. So I was doing stuff on the firearm, the old antique. Test that, YouTube. It's an antique, so it's not really a firearm. In the evenings, I like Greg Laurie and Bunch. I listen to him. Not the laying on of hands. People is real. So I believe it's real because Paul says there's differing gifts. Not everybody has the same gift. Some have the gift of healing. Some have the gift of speaking in tongues. Some have the gift of prophecy. Some have the gift of knowledge of some sort, like just knowing stuff. I know I hardly ever do either. It sucks sometimes. Oh yeah, breaks. Russell, what you mean? Oh, Russell, got you. I was behind. Yeah. Yep. So we were talking about the street preacher stuff. Oh, what happened to the camera? Uh-oh. That was weird. It like lightened way up. I think I pushed the screen funny. There we go. That's better. I had to adjust the light. I did something wonky there. I thought, oh no, is YouTube taking over the channel again like they did the other day? They thought I was a minor while I was cooking. They were like, there's a minor doing something that was inappropriate. Therefore, we gave you a heavy warning. And it'll take 90 days to expire. And if you break it within that, you'll get a strike. I'm like, what? So I responded back. Within 72 hours, they're supposed to respond back. They didn't. So I messaged them back. What's going on? If you're laying hands on people and they're healed. Yep. God's power is still as powerful today. Unfortunately, faith and trust in God is weaker than it used to be back then, I think. It seems that way. And that will happen when you have a nation that constantly rebels against God, just like Israel when they rebelled against God. He said he would depart from them. And we have a nation that has departed away from God. So why does he want to be with a nation that does that? He doesn't. Thankfully, he's able to indwell in each one of us and give us his Holy Spirit so we can still do Christ's works. Smells like my roommate's burning something. I can smell it. It smells like he burnt something. If I can smell it in here real strong and it's triggering my asthma, which has caused me to do this cough here. Absolutely yippers. Anyways. Yeah. We definitely have that power today to be able to do that. Even the Old Testament, God gave power to some people to do that. Or even just doing certain actions like dunking in the Jordan River that was muddy. Was it 7 times, 13 times? I forget. And that fella that had leprosy, was it Naaman? Something like that. Or Naaman was the guy who ended up getting leprosy, I forget. No, that was Gehazi. And then, yeah, the other fellow was Naaman, I think. Possibly. I'm drawing a blank. In the Old Testament with Elijah or Elisha, I get those two guys mixed up too. He was healed by doing certain acts. Saw street ministry today. He hangs out with us sometimes. Wouldn't say hi. I got home and had to repent of being offended. Some people just like staying in their little bubble, don't really want to associate with others. Russell, even some of the guys you've been with, that butting heads, oh, you're not doing it the way we would do it, or you're being more successful maybe, and so they're being jealous. That's what I think some of it is too. They're being jealous in some ways that you're being profitable with what God has given you. But what they need to remember is that maybe that's a gift that you're able to connect with them better. They have a gift in another area, maybe. Who knows? I don't. David says, "Hi, Russell." And Russell says back, "Hi, David." One of these days we need to do some more of that trivia stuff on Tuesdays. I've been kind of putting it off the last 2-3 weeks on Tuesdays. Wow, he must have really burnt something out there. It's pretty strong in here. Starting to make my lungs a little tight. A little bit tight. But anyways, if you guys are new to the channel, appreciate you coming to our channel. We do cave exploring, mine exploring, and rappelling, hiking, hunting stuff, and shooting stuff. We do some of our handyman stuff. Please consider subscribing. We do have a giveaway coming up. Hats, t-shirts, and stickers. Here's some of our hats right here. Here's one of our hats right there. Of course, it's reversed because we're using the front camera. Black. And here's some of the stickers. Right there. We got no association of YouTube. This is my own giveaway for my subscribers for getting us to 8,000. So, yes, sir. Oh. Yawning is contagious from. Yep. Yeah, kind of missed the trivia game. Extra large shirts. Yeah, I know, right? So for the shirts, what I'll do is I'll order them your size and whatever emblem you want, because I have the four what do you call it? The 4 logos, and then I'll have it shipped directly to your house. And currently it's from Amazon. I don't know if Amazon ships Canada though from here. Possibly. The hats I already have, so I'll just ship those directly to you, and the stickers I already have. But the shirts, since they don't have them, because I don't know what size people want or who will ever be winning, they'll need to be their size. You want a sticker? Yep. Me too, David. Yeah, someone earlier today said they want one for... Did they say for their lunchbox? I can't remember. Someone had said what they wanted it for. I think that was today. Or maybe that was yesterday when I was painting those doors. Can't remember. Sorry, guys. I'm yawning again. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Anyways. Wow. I'm glad I'm in here, not out there, because that is letting some smoke in. You want it for your safe. That might have been you, maybe. I know Kenrod wants one for his... He's got stickers on his wall and on his bench, so he wants one for that. Someone else wants it for their ammo cans. Yeah, you want it for your safe. I've got some on my safe. I have one oddball in there currently. It's a Bisbee from Bisbee, Arizona sticker. You want one on your dirt bike? There you go. Oh, no. I just want to ride dirt bike. Oh, on Saturdays? There you go. Get the fire extinguisher on standby. I have one. I think it's in a corner in the kitchen. Sorry, you saying bad words again out there again. The S word. Anywho. Let's see what else we got going. Normal week. The rest, tomorrow's my last day of the week. I'll be working on that last day of work for the week. Tomorrow I'll be working on that drywall more like I was today. I have to sand down what I put on so it's nice and smooth, and put a second coat on, which sometimes takes longer because you got to spread it. So I'll be using the long knife in a lot of it. He's like, my roommates, they can burn water. Yeah, well, he used to be really bad at it when he first came here because he never cooked before. So I was constantly like choking up, opening up windows and doors and letting the airflow, fans by the doorways, and it would lock me up. So I'd be over in my bedroom, trying not to get too bad, which I'm a little raspy now because of that smoke. I'm getting tight. That's why I'm coughing some. It'll get me pretty good, burnt smelling, and so does certain like one of my customers over a year ago was doing when I was doing Cali. He smoked cigars, and oh, dude, that got me going too, coughing and locking me up. I almost told him, "Hey, can you wait off a little bit?" The big old stogies, you know. You'd smoke probably 2, 3 in a day. Sorry, I got an eyelash in my eyeball. There we go. But I don't think I've ever burnt water. I don't think so. Because usually it'll just evaporate before you burn it. Evaporate before it gets burnt. Here I was at the gun show like 2 weekends ago, and I totally forgot about getting 270 dies. I should have. I didn't have a lot of money with me, so all I got was some loading projectiles for the 5.77 Schneider, and I forget what else. Not much. Trouble is the crank, the heat too high. Don't need the high of heat. Yeah, and these are, I don't know about you, but mine is natural gas. Back in California, I cooked with propane. Pretty similar cooking. Very little difference. But when you're cooking from electric to gas or natural gas, it's a little bit different. But this is natural gas, what I have here. Which that bill is due, or no, that one I had bill credit, so I don't have to pay it. I don't know how I had bill credit. But I still need to pay my water tomorrow, and electric bill, I think, is due to a couple days. Water bill, I think the water bill's just over 100, which normally it's not that high. I think it's because it has 2 bills on it. Because I forgot to pay last month. Yes, guys, I forgot to. So I got 2 bills on that one. Love gas with instant heat. Yep, I like that. I forgot to pay my water bill last month. So I actually got a bill in today, plus a notice saying, hey, you didn't pay your water bill. Better pay it by this date, otherwise it might get shut off. What happens is my mail, sometimes I'll stick in my work van and I forget to bring it inside. And it gets hidden all amongst the other papers and stuff strewn around the van in the front. That's probably what happened. Plus, I had the last 2 weeks have been kind of weird, almost month, with my aunt and all that, and getting days off. And so money's been a little tighter too, because I took different days off to help with that. And some other days I just didn't feel like a lot of energy. I was just a little down and low. And so I took a couple days off for that. Stayed around the house mostly. So, I need to check up on my cousins. I don't know if I have my cousin Brandon's number. I know I have Jesse's. I should have got Brandon's. I have Drew's. He's a cousin of mine as well as the cousins that lost their mom. Brandon and Jesse are sons of the one that passed away, my aunt. I need to touch base with them. I should have got Brandon's number, unless I got it. I might have got it. I can't remember. So much has been going on with that. I need to check up on them, see how they're doing. Especially because here, my cousin, that his mom just died, his wife, which is about 20-something years older than him, 22 years older, old enough to be his mom, her mom just died, like yesterday or the day before. So now his mother-in-law just passed now. So his mother-in-law just passed like 2 days ago, or yesterday, and then his mom just passed away 2 weeks ago. Week and a half, 2 weeks, something like that. So he's just really getting hammered. I just found that out yesterday or the day before that about his mother-in-law passing. So I need to message him. I don't know how close he was to her. I know for his mom, he was really close. But his mother-in-law, I'm not sure. Canilla, hello. Why are you panting, huh? It ain't hot in here. Well, in here it is a little bit. Oh, she opened the door and it is a little smoky out there. So yeah, if you think about the family, continue praying for them. Their last name is, never mind. I'd rather not say their last name. I guess I shouldn't. I'm not gonna. I shouldn't tell their last name. Jesse Brandon is their name, and then her name is, what is his wife's name? I don't remember what his wife's name is. I'm drawing a blank. Need to hit the hay. Good night, everyone. Good night, 44. Appreciate you coming by, bud. Thank you so much. It was a 44 carbine, by the way, that was someone was trying to off at the gun show, at the pawn shop. A Ruger. It kind of looks like a 1022, but on steroids. It was a 44 carbine. It was pretty cool. They had one months ago there. Not 44 yet. What do you want, Noah? We got she wants some pets. Patty pat. Pat. Now, I need to get them more dog food too. They just ran out this morning. So I gave them some hot dogs a little bit ago as a little snack. And the donkeys ran out of feed too, so I got to get that too. Well, you always got to buy something, right? Between that and regular food for yourself. Oh, Canela. Huh. And trying to keep up on your toys. Like these. Tools. Scratch that. Tools. He's probably sleeping on the bed. You have one of those. So I could have got one years ago at a swap meet for $620 or $640, something like that. It's worth double that now. What's up, DH? I'm back. Did you have supper or something? Howdy, partner. Howdy. Oh, you know what they had at the gun shop today? I should have looked at it. I forget what brand it was. I asked him if it was a Charles Daly, and he said, no, it's this, and I forget what brand. They had a triple barrel shotgun. And I don't remember if it was a 20 gauge or a 12. It wasn't a TriStar, because otherwise he would have said something. Because I said, I have a subscriber, which he hasn't been in a while, that has a tri-barrel 410 TriStar. Close call? What was a close call? Here, animals get treated better than humans. Hey, U.S. is about that too, unfortunately. A lot of places it is. They want that more than children because they don't want the responsibility of a child, unfortunately. Anyways, a triple barrel. Yeah, I don't remember what brand it was. And I think it was a 12. It might have been a 20, but it looked cool. Triple barrel. It's like one on top and two on the bottom sideways. It's like, I guess it fires in a circle. Which, what's his name has one? Kentucky Ballistics. I think his is a Charles Daly, though. Oh, there's Canela. She's smelling something. Canela, what are you doing? Huh? What's up? There she is. What's up, Nilla? What are you doing? What's up, dog? What do you want? I filled up your water. The AC's on, so you shouldn't be hot, so I don't know why your pants are. Sorry, I flipped the cameras and it crashed. It does that. YouTube, just like that sign says, not for sale. This is all for educational purposes only. You enjoy my subscribers. I am an adult. I am not a minor. Don't accuse me of being a minor like you did a couple nights ago at 3 minutes and 16 seconds and shut off my live. We're still working through that one. The lady said, yeah, I can understand. Obviously, you're not a minor. And I messaged her yesterday. And this is Canela. YouTube, this is Canela. She's a German Shepherd. And then we have Skittles on the channel, too. But he is probably sleeping. What do you want now? See lots of people that have kiddos. Kids pram and put their dogs in it. Kids pram? Kids pram. I have no idea what a kids pram is. I'm confused and befuddled. So Nella, what's that mark? You got a rib that's a little more pokey. Is it a little missing line? Huh? Is it a little missing line, Canela? I need to buy that firing pin too for that firearm. Either that or just drop it off at the gunsmith and say, hey, can you make it and fix it for me? Or I can buy it and he can do it for me. I don't know. I've never taken that one apart. It's that 10 gauge lever action. Like a stroller. Oh, those. Yeah. I guess I would call them rompers. That's another name for them, I guess. They used to call them years ago. Yeah, stroller. Yeah, I just saw one the other day. A little doggy was in it. I'm like, come on. It was like a chihuahua. I'm like, lazy bum? What are you doing, Nella? What are you doing? And she just wants the attention. He's like, I missed you. She leans her head into my shoulder. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah. Oh, Nella. I don't want kisses right now. It's hilarious. I know, it's weird. Some of them are all dressed up, little ponytails, fluffies, little hair barrettes, little shoes on their feet, which around here some people do because it's so hot when they go to take their dog out. That makes sense. Either socks or shoes. Little booties. Booty. Anyways. Because some people get really mad around here if you do stuff that in their head is mistreating the dog. Yeah, wet kisses. They were a little wet because she's got a big mouth. Like, there's people out here in Arizona that get mad if you leave your dog outside when it's lightly cold outside. When it's a ranch dog that always lives outside, or some other dog that always lives outside. Or a husky that loves really cold. And you got a neighbor complaining saying when it's snowing, your dog's left outside, I'm reporting your dog. It's a husky. That's where it lives. Outside. Anyways. And a lot of them want to stay outside because that's what they're used to. But like the other day, it's been a couple months ago, there was a lady in the corner watching my donkey. She was on the phone and taking pictures. It looked like maybe she was. I know she was on the phone. And I'm like, I hope she's not doing something going to report me. So I'm like waiting for a phone call from animal control or something. I'm not doing anything I'm not allowed to. You know, for shade, you can have a shade tree. That's what we got. And they always have water. And I always feed them. So, and they're healthy looking. They're all like skin and ribs. Poor baby dogs are supposed to be outside. I know, right? Especially certain ones. Like Chihuahuas, maybe they're more of an inside. Same with Shih Tzus. What are those ones called? Parmesans? Pomeranians. Them too, and some others. They're more of an inside dog. But yeah, bigger dogs. Skittles, he's a cattle dog. He belongs outside more. Canella, she's a German Shepherd. They're more of an outside. You know, they're out during the day. They have multiple shade places, lots of water. They go underneath the front porch or the other one that faces the street. Go underneath the vehicles and chill. You ever seen the whiny husky shorts? Oh, I have seen those. Yeah, they're funny. That's because huskies can be pretty emotional and just funny. Just making all this noise. Yeah, it's funny. Have you ever seen the whiny huskies? Yep, that one already happened already. I guess it looked like it did it twice. No, it was just once. Anyways, 6 people in the chat. Appreciate you coming by. Please consider subscribing. It's free. We got a giveaway coming up. Hats, stickers, and t-shirts. And to enter, you just need to subscribe. Misheard dogs as donkeys for a second there. Oh, I have donkeys. I did mention donkeys. I have 2 donkeys. I did talk about donkeys. That there was a lady in the corner of my property parked with a Jeep on her phone. I thought maybe she was going to call something up. They're big babies. Oh, my doggies or the donkeys? Both are, right, Canella? Oh, good doggy. See, here's Canella. He's a big old doggy. Yeah, I did mention something about donkeys. Those thingies are like big dogs. Those things are funny. They're good guard animals. Dogs. Big guard dogs. Oh, Canella. Oh, yeah, oh, Canella. Oh, the huskies? They're like big babies? Yeah. Whiny babies. Come on, Ella. You want to lay down? Go ahead. You can lay down. She was about to. Yeah, they're whiny babies. She hasn't scratched on the door like if she wants to go out. We'll find out. She might here in a little bit. Waiting for her on the front door. mean, she wants to go out, which then I'd have to pen the donkeys up because they're out running around the whole acre. My 2 donkeys. Donkey donks. How you doing, Repel? Replivius? Something like that. Drama queens. Yeah. Karens. Yeah. Always complain about everything. She's coming back in here. She wants something. I don't know what. I gave her some food this evening already, some hot dogs. She's got water out there. I filled it up. Canella, what are you doing? What do you want? You just want lovey-dovey, huh? You want love. You want attention, don't you? Yeah. Oh, Canella. What do you want? What? You just want to snuggle up or something? Snuggy? Big old huggy hugs? Big hug. Canella. She's funny. What? She's getting all excited, wagging her tail. There she goes. She went in between my leg and the camera and pushed it over. What do you want? Oh, what do you want? What? She's being hilarious. Look at this, guys. Look. She's just right here. There's the phone holder, and she pushed it out of the way and shoved it between my 2 legs here. Love dogs, cats. No such cats are like women. Yeah, I know, right? You know what cats remind me of, Russell? You ever heard of the old man and put him away? That's what cats remind me of. They're like, what can you do for me? And they're so selfish most of the time. Compared to dogs, they're like the new man. What can I do for you? Huh, Canella? Huh? Yeah, I love dogs too. Cats, so-so. It's like a bittersweet, like, they're okay. It's like they're just so selfish. I guess that's not very good, but yeah, absolutely. Yep. That's exactly how cats are. They're like the old man, like your old nature that you're not supposed to be like. YouTube, can you please flip the switch back on for my channel? I'm getting kind of tired of doing all this work and getting nothing done. Oh, by the way, I got someone that wants to help support the channel. They said they want me to feature one of their items, and they want to pay me so much for featuring their item. Guess don't like me. Yep. It's Blue Yeti. It's a portable power station. They asked me if I could do a collab with them, and they would pay for my time doing the collab and making the videos. They said, "What's your rate?" And I'm like, "Well, how long you want the videos?" They want one of like an unboxing, and they want one of me like real world using it, and then they want a short. And so they're like, "What's your rate?" And I was like, "I don't know what to charge. Like, what should I charge for featuring their item?" And they want them. They want the long format. I don't know how long they want them. That's what I asked. I asked them how long you want the videos. 500. They would probably go, "No, we can't do that because we're also giving you the item too," which they are. I mean, I'm thinking $100, 200. I don't know, something like that. But how much per video? Because it would be 3 videos, 2 long formats and a short. So maybe 100 per long and 20 for the short. I don't know, because it's not going to take very long. 1,000 total. That would be nice. No, I want to be reasonable, but I have no idea. So I might do a little research and see what's a good price to charge. 500 for all. That might be a little steep. Might scare them away because they're also letting me keep the item. I have gotten, I think, about 5 to 8 collab requests recently. One of them, I'm like, I'm not even going to do that. The other one is a flashlight. I don't know. I can't remember what type of flashlight it is. They're shipping me. They thought they already shipped it. I said, no, that's not my address. That's somebody else. So I have someone else's address they sent me. I was like, that's not me. They're like, oh, sorry. We thought you were this other guy. Yes, we need to ship yours out. Another one, about 2 months later, they finally responded back. It might have been 3 months. They said, oh, we don't have that available right now. It's out of stock. Once it's in stock, we'll send it to you. And it's a portable air compressor. You're like one of those compressors. And I've seen this one operated before. It's pretty decent. It's not super cheap, and it's not like a Milwaukee, which is one of the best ones. I have one. And then I have a little 12-volt Skill that's decent. So eventually they're going to send me one once it's back in stock. It's a little battery operated portable one. I think Project Farm has tested this brand and it ranked pretty good, but not as good as Milwaukee or Rigid. But yeah, if I can get Blue Eddy, that's with the portable station, that's who wants me. That's who wants to pay me for doing advertising for them. And if it goes well, they might want me to do more. I don't know. We'll see. Then I had someone else give me an email explaining they would like to promote one of my videos. And it's when I'm rappelling down and up into the mine that's about 20 feet, 25 feet. He wants to promote that video for me. I don't know how much he's going to charge. He's like, I can get you maybe 60,000 views on that. I'm like, what? No, it only has like 300 on it right now. Just don't go too cheap. I know some of those tubers make like 1,000 per shot out for like 30 on to 60 seconds. Yeah. Well, those are shorts. Yeah. Blue Eddy. I think it's actually called BLUETTI. I think Blue Eddy. Something like that. ETTI. It's a power station. I don't know how big it is. I don't think I clicked on that link. I think they wanted to see if I would do it first, which I said yes. And then they're like, what's your rates? So I asked them how long the videos, because it depends on how long they want their videos. If they want them 5 minutes each, 10 minutes each, the longer it is, the more it's going to cost you. Right? Yeah, the power stations. Now I have a 200, or is it a 400? I have a 400 watt max that I bought myself. That's a EcoFlow, I think it's called. Blue Eddy. I think it's an I on the end instead of a Y. That sounds good for the first time. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe 300. So it'd be like 250, 300, somewhere around there would be my guess. I could tell them, hey, if the videos are like 5 minutes to 7 minutes long each, the long format, starting price is $100 per video. And then the shorts probably going to be 50 minimum. I mean, because you can make a short in no time. But if I do editing like I've been doing the last couple shorts of my outdoor ones, where I make it more complicated, like a logo coming in and all this cool stuff, I want it to be like more presentable and more feature-like. I think it'd be more cool. So yeah, I mean, if they're willing to pay me 300 beans for advertising, yeah, I think that I'm fine with that. Let's see here. I have never used Blue Eddy. I know one guy who does do Blue Eddy because he had them sent to him too, and did reviews on them. He's an older gentleman up in Montana. He does tool reviews a lot of times. He also does Monday morning tool news and sales. His is called, that's called Deals of the Week. But he is, what is his channel name? Drawing a blank. I've been subscribed to him for like 3-4 years. Their products go for over 6K. Yeah, some EcoFlows do, like the big power stations, and so do some of the big Blue Eddies, the stackable ones that can power a whole house. So yeah, they obviously are making some ching on some stuff. Their big power bank. Yes, their big ones are expensive. Yep. My brother-in-law has 2 big power banks that power for secondary power, because he's off grid, and so is their neighbor. That's the ex-Amish family we go to church with as well. They have solar panels, and then they have the backup batteries, keep it for during the night. Elite 300 small is 100K. Ouch. Ooh. Or 1K. That's the Blue Eddy or the EcoFlow? Like my 400 peak EcoFlow, I got that on sale with solar panels, but it was like a year-end sale, so it's the older model with the handle on top. I think it's the Gen 2. Not the one that's a Gen 3 that's flat, or the Gen 4 that you can stack them. I think it's a Gen 2. Might even be Gen 1. I got that for like 2 something with solar panels. It was really cheap. The Blue 80s. Okay, got you. A 300 a 300's a K. Wow. That little air compressor power bank, I think that one's 150. See, I need to do a short of the filters that I got. They keep asking me, "Hey, you got the videos yet?" I said, "I'm sorry. This last time I was going to do it, but then we had a death in the family, so that weekend got taken up, so I couldn't do it." And they're like, "Okay, well, give us 2 weeks, and we'll go ahead and provide you with a promo code for the water filtration system." So I might do a short of them here soon of an unboxing. I will say, hey, I did unbox it one time before, so my first impressions were this, and then I'll go ahead and say what it is for just a short for now. The Elite version is 1700. Wow. 3,000 watt hours for 1K is nuts. Okay, so it's 3,000, not 300. I was thinking 300. Yeah, 300. Mine's 400 watt hours peak, I believe. That's an EcoFlow with the solar panels. I haven't used solar panels. But yeah, they have huge ones. They have those stackable ones, and they have the ones you can link together. Both of them do. There's another brand that's half decent, Anker, Anker, They make them. They started making them too about a year ago or so. Anker. They also make. What's funny is Anker makes like charging units, as in like power banks, and they also like for phones, the little ones, and then they make earbuds too. If I recall, it's the same brand. Combos start at 3K. Wow. Those big combo stackable stuff. Gimongous. Those are where you get the main unit and then you stack the battery units and you could put them in series so they're all the same voltage, just higher watt hours. Yeah, I know, right? About the same. As your little guy there. Right now it's 50-50 for weekend plans. You have an Anchor power bank. Yeah, see? Mm-hmm. ANKOR or ER, something like that. They also have speakers, I believe, too. Little portable speakers that you can Bluetooth for your phone and whatnot. My power bank, one of them is, well, actually, they're both pretty old. One's an Anchor, I'm pretty sure, the small one. It's about that big. I've had that one for probably 10 years. And then it still charges up. And then I have one that's a little bit bigger that's from Walmart. It's something Black Widow. I don't remember what brand it was. Yes, weekend plans are finished installing lift pump on truck. Did the electric harness today. Nice. You did mention you're going to do that. That was today earlier when I was on a live. You mentioned something about working on a lift pump for that GMC, right? The Duramax, or Chevy, one or the other. It's a Duramax. I think that was you. Yep. That's pretty good. It has 5,000 mH. Got you. A Chevy. It's a Chevy. A Chevy. Don't want a Chevy. A Chevy is. C and V must be close together on the keyboard. C and V must be close together on the keyboard. The IBZ. Yep. That is actually made by Isuzu, the engine. Isuzu. I rebuilt the bottom end of one with my brother-in-law one time. Put all the shafts in and the camshaft and all the gears in. They're a spring gear. That way they hold the tension on the gears. When you put them together, you have to hold it back and then slide it in and then release it. Then it holds the gears tight. It's got like this spring. About a third of the gear is this spring thing, and the other 2/3 is not. It was in a Chevy or GMC, I can't remember, and that's when I found out they're Isuzu. It was 6.6 diesels. Isuzu. So I guess that means they're made in Japan? Is that where Isuzu's made? Where's Isuzu made? I forget. Here in the States, they don't have a lot of Isuzus anymore. They used to. Those NPRs, what are they called? The cab overs? The little ones? They had a 4-cylinder turbo in them. Maybe some 6 too. Honduras, they got those all over the place. They have the Isuzu pickups that look like a Colorado that are diesel. And then they have another one that's, oh no, that one's a Mitsubishi. That's a little diesel. Japan. Japanese. Japanese. Isuzu Japan. I guess it is. So let's see. Japan has Honda, Toyota, Isuzu, and Mitsubishi, I guess, right? Mitsubishi's from over there. So they have 4 brands still. Although Mitsubishi is pretty much obsolete here. Russell says South Africa. They might have plants over there. Just like Ford has plants in Mexico. And then Chevy and Ford, I think, had plants in Canada at one time. They might still. And then was it Toyota or Honda actually put some plants here in the States? Well, the Duramax engine line was designed for partnership with Isuzu, a Japanese company. The LBZ engines were manufactured by D-Max Ltd. A Morian, Ohio, USA. Did you know as well as... So, that is what the ones in Honduras are called, the Isuzus. They call them an Isuzu D-Max. That's what they call them over there in Honduras. They look like a Colorado. Or a Canyon. But they call them D-Max. IBZ not made in Japan. Oh, okay. And Thailand. Oh, they're over there too, huh? Thailand, mate. But yeah, that would be the small diesel. Like what they had for a couple years here in the States, in the Colorados and Canyons. That was the little Duramax. Same one they had in the D-Max, Isuzu, in Honduras. But of course, the ones in Honduras don't have emission stuff. At least not real major. Here, they probably had all that DEF fluid and stuff like that. Components, well, assembled in Ohio. Some engine blocks were sourced from Germany. Interesting. Very interesting, my little friends. Pistol Pete is live. Oh, yeah? I need to refresh his because I have not gotten alerts from him in a while. Let's see. I don't have his, I don't think. Nope. No alerts from him. I used to all the time. So what I need to do with Pistol Pete is go back into it, shut off the notifications, let it sit for a little bit, and then turn it back on. I've noticed that has helped. Google AI at its best, yeah. Is the right-hand drive allowed there? In Arizona? Yeah. Yeah, you can get right-hand drives. They're a little bit rare. Let's see, there was a right-hand drive. It looked like a 4Runner, but it was Japanese's 4Runner style or something like that. They didn't call it a 4Runner, something else. It was on Craigslist the other day, or was it Marketplace? It looked similar to a 4Runner, but they called it something else. It was a right-hand drive. I don't know if that one was a diesel. It might have been. And it was here in the States, in Tucson or Phoenix, somewhere around here. And then sometimes you see cars that are right-hand drive around too. The steering wheel's on the right-hand side instead of the left. Like when the driver's door is the passenger side, that's a right-hand drive. So it's reverse. Like like currently U.S. vehicles, the steering wheels, when you sit down and you're looking at the front of the car, it's on the right side. When you look at the front of a right-hand drive, it's on the left side. Here they're abandoning them because of having to get too far left to pass. Oh, because they don't calibrate their distance right, so they think you have to go farther than you really do when you're turning. See, Honduras, they are all left-hand drive, just like here. I heard Australia used to be right-hand drive, and you drove on the opposite side of the road like you do over there in like UK and stuff. But back in the 90s or 80s, they switched it, or was it the 70s? They made it so that it's all the other way. They reversed the direction of the road like US, and half the vehicles now or more, because they're getting newer and newer, and all the old ones are phasing out, are left-hand drive. Kind of interesting. Go tell them to unblock me. I can't right now. I'm on a live, which will end here shortly. We've been almost 2 hours now, so. That's interesting. They're trying to ban them. They're just not common enough here to ban them. Plus, I don't think they would. Like, it's a cool factor. If you got a right-hand drive, everybody's like, ooh, that's cool. That's directly from Japan or some other country that has them. Yeah, there'll be some left-hand drive, what do you call those ones? The GTRs? Can't see enough. You have to pull too far out to see if the passing is okay. Oh, well, yeah, because the roads are made for a left-hand drive. Therefore, they prefer a left-hand drive. Just like in UK, the roads are made for right-hand drive. Therefore, they prefer a right-hand drive, which is how Australia used to be, what they switched it. Pistol Pete's wife banned me from his 5. From his 5? Well, it could be because maybe you were 15 at the time, which is not allowed for this stuff, but now you're 16. I don't know. I don't know how long you've been following him for. He's been going live longer than I have. You eating? Yeah, I need to do that here soon myself. Get something cooked up. You've been 16. Even when you first started watching this channel? DumbTube. Zero, they kicking you off again? Your messages? They don't like you. Sorry, my nose is itching again. They don't like you, my friend. I do not know why they don't like you. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense. They found out how old you were, and then, unless they blocked you when you're 16, that's their privilege to do. Don't have to, because it is legal by YouTube guidelines. Oh, nice, Zero. Nice. Well, that's his own personal choice then, Mr. Rich. There's Canella's nose. Had to reword. Yeah, I know, right? Tasking. You doing a short on that, Zero?
Oh, Canela, girl, Canela, what are you doing? What's my little puppy doggy doing? She wants attention. I don't know what she wants.
So it's not like she wants out. I put GUN in last and blocked it. That's why we do pew-pews. For my pew. I'm taking my pews out.
You like to scratchy scratch, Vanilla? Like to scratchy scratch in your bummy bum?
Try if not crowded. It's public range. Price was like, no 16. He was like, it's fine. He knew I was 16. Interesting. Well, that's their channel. They have that, what do you call it? Privilege to do.
What you doing, Noah? Huh? What you doing?
Hello, everybody. Hello. Yep, she's headed out again. And YouTube, there's more than 2 people in here. There's 3 people talking right now. Your pew under the pillow is a 45. I have 5 and just found one for SKS. See, the thing is, I don't mind putting one on, but the problem is then if you don't want it, you just have to take it off versus, hey, look, here comes Skittles. Then it's permanently that. Versus if you have 2 different firearms, Canela, no, you already had your attention. Like, for the TRX, I haven't put it on because I wouldn't mind one with it and one without it. My pew in my truck is a 4470. 4470. Canela, what do you want?
New Skittles, Skittles, little Skittles.
Oh, a 4570. I was going to say they make a 4440. It's the old 40. It's like a 44 Magnum, but the old style.
Skittles.
For the SKS, just buy a second trigger group and swap them out. Oh, yeah. You're right. It's pretty easy to drop them out. I had to disassemble mine to clean it because it's full of Cosmoline.
Skittles. Good boy.
She hasn't scraped on the door. Oops, I just fell off my seat.
Skittles.
Now he's licking my face off. He's like, you okay, buddy?
He's like, you okay, master?
I have a real important question. Are the dogs for sale? No, they are not. The dogs are not for sale. Nothing in the room is. See? Not for sale. Ever. Next important question. Uh-oh. Yeah, I slipped out on the seat. Can school check your bags? Yeah, I would delete that one fast. Just remember safety on to remove trigger group. If you not, you will be red in face trying. I found that out when I went to take it apart because I didn't watch a video. I have no idea how it is right now, Mr. Rich. I know it used to be in the past, even in the 90s and early 2000s. All the high schoolers had a pew-pew hanging from their window, and later, like from 80s, 90s, early 2000s, and 70s, they would have it hanging in their truck, and it was common. But now it's like nothing on school grounds. So I wouldn't do it. I mean, I know some people probably do, but I wouldn't. Let's see, it's not by the door. Last time I almost broke my punch. Yeah, it has that little dimple that you can put it in and then slide it over, and then it pops out. I've never taken it apart before, and so I'm like taking the Cosmoline all off, and I take the trigger group out, and I'm like, this thing ain't coming out. Of course, when I put the drum mag on it, I had to mess with some of that stuff. And same when I put that bigger one on it right there, that 35 round or whatever it is, I had to undo some stuff for that too. Anyways, we'll probably have to let you guys go. The doggies, I think, need to go out. And who knows what else. I grew up hanging a pew-pew on the back window was being cool. Yeah, it was norm. Because everybody wanted to be cool. But yeah, I think the doggies want to go out. So, and I got to make supper. So appreciate y'all coming by. The seats in the truck bed, so it's hard to find. Yep. Anywho. Canella. I had to move this thingy. Appreciate y'all coming by, guys. Remember that through Jesus Christ is the way to salvation. He's the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh to the Father but through Jesus Christ. You can never go wrong doing what's right and following Christ. Appreciate you. And we'll see you next time, folks. Thanks for coming by. Bye for now. See ya.